The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hi there, my name is Ron Zuckett. It's cooler today in here. It's only 86 outside. We're actually sitting under a severe thunderstorm warning, but as you can see, the cat moved the curtain and the sign is beaming in here. We got a ways to go before we get any boomers, but it could make for an exciting stream. So, and the temperature in here is only 79, so very pleasant. Can have the light on and all that for you. So the game today is going to be from August 30th, 1985. The St. Louis Cardinals, as we head into Labor Day weekend, I think, face the Houston Astros. The Cardinals have an 8.5 game lead over the Montreal Expos. The Astros trail the Dodgers by 16.5 games. So one team is in first, the other in second. The Astros, as it did for a lot of this era, very good team at home, struggled on the road. However, Busch Stadium is ideal for Houston. It plays big. It's got a carpet. Might be even a big beanbag or two if you want to lay around and be comfortable in. Rainy night here in St. Louis, 77 degrees. Wind blowing out to left at 14. So, good pitching matchup if you're an Astro fan. It's Mike Scott for the Astros, Kirk Kepshire for the Cardinals. And so, on a warm night, both in St. Louis and here in Vermont, let's do this, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1985. Today, from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, it is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Houston Astros. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so Kurt Kepshire gets the call on this one. Kurt not having a good replay at all. 7-10 with a 5.68 ERA. Making his 26th start of the year, so he has 3 left after this. He is 26 years old, a fastball pitcher at 87 and a ground ball pitcher. Third start, however, against the Astros. 10 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 4, struck out 2. His last start, as we get there, come on, was against the Braves on the 25th, so on full rest. A 5-4 loss where he did not get a decision. 111 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. So overall for Kepshire, 123 and 2/3. 135 hits, 86 runs, 78 of those earned. He gave up 8 homers. He walked 64 and struck out 53. He hasn't won a ball game since July 25th when he beat up on the Padres in a 6-1 win, and hasn't pitched, well, last time he pitched more than 6 was August 15th against the Pirates. So Kepshire due for a good one. Big Dave, been on vacation. We were on vacation a couple weeks ago. The drive for the playoffs in earnest now as we head into September. Hope you are well, and hopefully in your neck of New York you've cooled off a little bit. We have not yet here. Lineup for the Astros. Billy Doran leads off at second base. Craig Reynolds at short will bat second. Denny Walling at third will bat third. Jose Cruz, Sr., in left will clean up. Jerry Mumphrey in right will bat fifth. Glenn Davis at first goes sixth. Kevin Bass in center bats seventh. Bailey, won't you come home, Bill Baby? Won't you come home? Catches and will bat eighth. And Mike Scott in his 125 pitches will bat ninth. Defensively for the Cardinals, Todd B., hot as Hades at Ohio. You might see a George Hendrick sighting tomorrow, by the way, as the Angels and the Yankees will play. Vince Coleman will lead off, but he is playing left. He's a 5 and an 8. Willie McGee an 8 and a 7 in center. Andy Van Slyke who homered in Tuesday's stream of 4 and 9 and right. Terry Pendleton a 9 at third. Ozzie Smith a 9 at short. Tommy Herr a 5 at second. Mike Jorgensen a 7 at first. Jack Clark will be back in a couple weeks, and of course, when the Cardinals, if the Cardinals make the playoffs, he will be there until they're done. Darrell Porter a 5 and a 4 behind the plate, and Kirk Kepshire is a 7 on the mound with a .960 fielding percentage. Hot as Hades here too. The legacy lives on. Absolutely. We're doing a live show Saturday to start year 4, by the way. Billy Doran at 273, 7 homers, and 58 RBI. Kepshire in the rain. Fly ball to right to start this one off. Van Slyke is there, 1 out. Here's Craig Reynolds. Nice 80 stash with Craig, 293, 12 triples, and 20 RBI. Kepshire fires. And there's a high fly ball, right field. Back goes Van Slyke. And that's his 3rd of the year. That's well hit and way out of here. Goodness gracious. So Reynolds is 3rd of the year. And the Astros go up 1-0. I don't know what time we're starting, Todd. I'll ask the boss. Anyway, here's Reynolds. Kepshire hung that one. And Reynolds just crushed it. So here's Walling, Denny at 282, 8 homers and 41 RBI. For Kepshire, that's only his 9th home run allowed, so he's kept the ball down. But his numbers aren't all that great. His ERA is nearly a full run higher than real life. His whip is 2/10 higher, and the batting average is 282. Did it cool down up north? No, it's 86 here right now. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch, or warning, but I haven't heard any boomers, so we are starting. Pitch to Walling. Denny swings. Ground ball to Jorgensen. And that is an out. I mean, it's cool enough here that I'm doing this today. It's 79 here in the room. Nice breeze this morning. But again, the rain hasn't come yet. Here's Jose Cruz. 298, 10 homers, and 48 RBI. 1-0 Astros, top the first. Pitch to Jose Cruz. Ground ball to her. Tommy flings it to first, and that will retire the side. The home run from Reynolds. The difference, a run on a hit, no errors. They don't leave anybody left. Half inning in the books. 1-0 Houston. So that will bring up Mike Scott, who has 8 starts left on a season. How about that? He is 13-10. Actually, Scott will miss a start because the computer messed him up. With a 3.52 ERA. 30 years old, a fastball 88 pitcher, and a fly ball pitcher. Against the Cardinals, he's made 1 relief appearance and a start. So 7 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 5 and struck out 4. The last time out for Mr. Scott was the 25th, so 5 days ago against the Pirates in a 6-2 loss. He went 6 innings, threw 93 pitches, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, and struck out 6. Overall, for Mike, Mr. Splitter has thrown 184 in the 3rd innings, 160 hits, 78 runs, 72 earned, 20 homers, 73 walks, and 126 strikeouts. Vince Coleman will lead off for the Cardinals. In left field, Willie McGee, the NL batting leader, will bat second. Tommy Herr at second. Third, without Jack Clark in the lineup for a couple of weeks, Darrell Porter cleans up behind the plate. Andy Van Slyke in right will bat fifth. Terry Pendleton at third will go sixth. Mike Jorgensen at first bats seventh. The Wizard, Ozzie Smith at short, bats eighth. And Kepshire, yes, he was. Scott was a split-finger disciple. Kirk Kepshire threw 16 pitches in his half of the first and should throw 105 pitches, batting ninth. Jose Cruz is a 6 and a 7 in left. Kevin Bass a 4 and a 6 in center. Terry Mumphrey a 3 and a 6 in right. Danny Walling a 7 at third as we set the Astro defense. Craig Reynolds, who homered in the top of the inning, a 6 at first. Billy Doran is a 6 at second. Glenn Davis a 4 at first. Mark Bailey a 7 and 3 behind the plate. And Mr. Scott is a 7 on the mound with a .956 fielding percentage. Midlife Crisis says, how fitting is this? We're having midsummer Busch Stadium turf temperatures, and the Cards are hosting afternoon baseball. In the replay, 77 degrees, a light rain on a Friday night, the 30th of August, with the winds blowing out to left at 14, if you're wondering. Infield play and back. Coleman's going to square. Didn't get Vince's numbers for you. Drops it down. Davis picks it up. Flips to Doran for the out, one away. Coleman's average drops to .266. He does have over 80 steals. Willie McGee hitting .367, 10 homers, and 68 RBI. Scott deals. And that's in the right. That's going to drop in front of Mumphrey for a base hit. So Tommy Hearn with a 7-game hitting streak. Timing at .311, 4 homers and 76 RBI. We'll wait to see what Scott does with McGee before moving him. He throws to first. And McGee is out. It's a good thing I didn't try to steal. So Mike Scott picked him off. McGee had a foot on the surface and the other on the dirt, and Scott caught him leaning the wrong way. So 2 out, and on 4 pitches he has 2 out. Goes to her, and Tommy draws the walk. So high and outside on the change on a 3-1 count, and that'll bring up Darryl Porter. Darryl at .204. 5 homers and 26 RBI. In the right, Mumphrey will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. John, Braves for Life, how are you? Thanks for the sub. Hope all is well with you as well. All is well with you as well. English, of course, being my first language. Jerry Mumphrey leads off the second for Houston. It was a sad inning for Mr. Porter. He fought his inner demons, and I think Whitey just tried to do his best to carry him along. First, of course, with the Royals and then the Cardinals. Mumphrey at .288. Jerry has 6 homers and 41 RBI. Kepshire starts the second with ball 4. So Mumphrey leads off with a walk, a full count changeup high and outside. And I'll bring up Davis, who is hitting .277, 14 homers, and 40 RBI. Oh, some medical issues in your family, John. I'm sorry to hear that, but very fortunate in doing your best. Well, continued good wishes to you. In yours, pitch to Glenn. In the left center field, McGee rides over and will make the catch. Mumphrey goes back. So 1 out for Bass. Kevin at .241, 11 homers, and 41 RBI. He swings. Kepshire off the mound, third base side, goes to her for a 1 and no throw to first. So it is 1-4 on the fielder's choice. And 2 out for Mark Bailey. Mark at .281, 9 homers, and 36 RBI. 1-0 Astros top the second. Bass goes. Porter throws down to Ozzie, and Kevin has his 14th steal of the year. So a 1-strike count. Bass in scoring position. Bailey waves the bat back and forth in the light rain here in St. Louis. That's gone. Oh, did he hit that one? Oh, was that smoked? And it's 3-0 Astros. We're a Steeler fan when we need him. So that's the 10th of the year for Bailey. Here it is again. Right over the middle of the plate. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. And there wasn't a blessed thing that Andy Van Slyke could do except for turn and watch it go. So Kepshire on the wrong end of a 3-0 game here in the second. And that'll bring up Mike Scott, 118, a homer, and 5 RBI. We said earlier, Kepshire did a good job not allowing the home run. And when you think of power in the mid-'80s, the Houston Astros is not the first thing to come to mind. Right back to Kepshire, off the mound, throws to first. And that will retire the side. 2 more runs, this time on the Mark Bailey homer. 1 hit, nobody left, no errors. Bottom of the second inning, it's 3-0 Houston. So Scott will face Andy Van Slyke, Terry Pendleton, and Mike Jorgensen. 80s baseball was really fun, wasn't it? So many different ways to play it. I mean, you did have the Earl Weaver 3-run homer style. Then you had some teams that was some speed. But when you're pretty much playing on the floor at Kmart, Van Slyke at 266, 6 homers and 43 RBI. Struck him out. Splitter caught on and missed, 1 out. Brings up Pendleton, 216, 2 triples, and 46 RBI. In the right center, Bass has it for the out. For Mike Jorgensen, 139, no homers, and 5 RBI. Scott winds and deals. Ground ball to third. Walling is there across the way. And that will retire the side. So the Cardinals go down in order. We go to the third. 3-0 Houston. No score. Sometimes I think the heat gets to my brain. Top of the lineup for the Astros. Kepshire is opening 9, 41 pitches. 2 innings. 2 hits, and the Astros have 2 home runs. Reynolds and Bailey, and a walk. A nice day for virtual fishing. I probably will do some of that later. Although it does heat up my computer a lot. Doran's 0 for 1. Bill hits a ground ball past her into center field. And for Houston, that's their 4th hit. Doran a 72% chance to steal. Reynolds, his 3rd of the year, his first time up, and he has 21 RBI. Throw to first. Jorgensen and Doran are on the same page, and Bill's back. Runner goes to throw down to Ozzie, and Doran is safe. So his 19th steal of the year, and the Astros getting it done on their legs and on their bats. So a 1-strike count to Reynolds. Kepshire fires. That's a base hit up the middle. McGee will pick it up. Doran rounds third and will hold. McGee has a good arm. And that was a little shallower than the chalkboard showed. So that's the 4th hit for Houston. Nobody out. Doran on first. Reynolds on first. Kmart flooring it is 130 degrees. Yes. Yes. I'll play in hot potato. Here's Walling. Denny's 0 for 1. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Kepshire in a world of hurt. And he walks Walling. So Whitey scratching his head. Regardless of what the Cardinals do, they still hold a commanding lead. And Houston needs all this and the San Andreas to open up in Los Angeles. The Dodgers' magic number is 22. Here's Cruz. He's 0 for 1. So they're loaded. Doran on first, Reynolds on second, Walling on first. Kepshire deals, and Cruz strikes out. So a 1-2 changeup got him on the inside corner. And that'll bring up Mumphrey, who walked his first time up, one of the two that Kepshire has. He also has a grand slam on the year. And that would pretty much break this one open in the third. Pitch to Jerry. He walks home a run. So it's now 4-0 Houston. Here's Davis. He's 0 for 1. Todd says the only infield in which players realize bouncing the ball over to first might be quicker. I mean, the AstroTurf in St. Louis and Philadelphia played faster than Wimbledon did in the 80s. And those grass courts were quick. So they are loaded. Doran will score. So Walling on second, Reynolds on third, Mumphrey on first. Kepshire now hanging on by the quick of his fingernails. Delivers to Davis. That's into right center. He should make the catch, Will McGee. He does. Reynolds goes back to tag. Willie will throw home as he had to make a great diving catch on the turf. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And there's now 2 out, but it's 5-0 Houston. Kepshire is at 67 pitches with 2 out here in the third. Here's Bass. Kevin 0 for 1. Stole his 14th base and scored when he reached on a fielder's choice in the second. So first and second, 2 out. And Bass slaps this one into right field. Walling will round third. Van Slyke has a howitzer out there. Walling is going to try and score. They're going to try for the run at the plate on a hop to Porter, and it gets away. And everybody else moves up 90. That took a hard hop off the turf, and it's now 7-0 as Mumphrey will score. And Ricky Horton starts to loosen. What's going to go with? I suppose they could go with Forsch. Matt's here. 7-0 Astros. Kepshire tells Whitey Herzog to get your butt back in the dugout. But it could be Forsch in a moment. So Bass on at second. Astros only have 5 hits, but they have 7 runs. The Expos are paying attention. And maybe the key thing is not to pitch Kurt Kepshire down the stretch. His ERA is now at 6.06. Bailey with a 2-run homer his first time up. That's a base hit. And that'll do it for Kepshire. Bass will round third. McGee flings it in, and it's 8-0. New bio, though, Todd. A new biography about the Astros due out. Bang the trash can slowly. Here comes Bob Forsch. Bob always looks like he just had a thing of stewed prunes. 4 and 6 on the replay with 1 save. It's his 19th appearance of the year. He'll make 7 more starts. Earned run average of .424. 35 years old, a fastball pitcher at 82. Does not favor the ground nor the fly ball. Is not pitched against St. Louis. He is a force to deal with. We missed you, Todd. Ba-doom boom. Last pitched against the Braves on the 24th. 8 innings and a 10-4 win, good buddy. 117 pitches, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. a homer, and walked 3. Overall, 91 in the third innings, 90 hits, 51 runs, 43 earned, 10 home runs allowed, 33 walks, 34 strikeouts, and he can go 75 pitches. He'll face Mike Scott, who's 0 for 1. Bailey on first. Scott in the center field. McGee rides the Schwinn. Willie's there, makes the catch in left center, and that'll do it. But the Astros have blown this one open. It's Miller time in St. Louis. 5 runs, 4 hits, an error. After 2.5, 8-0 Houston. Another new book is out. A new book about the Cleveland baseball team. Epic failure. Oh. Tastes great and less filling. Ozzie at 261, 3 homers and 61 RBI. Scott starts the third with ball 4. Lots of new reading material. So, here's Bob Forrest, 424, by the way, 2 homers and 9 RBI. Ozzie's going to steal. Bailey throws down to Doran, and Ozzie is safe, his 22nd of the year. So now Forrest will square. He does, and it rolls foul. So 0-2 the count. But the Wizard has already moved over to second base. So Forrest can stand there and just wait to see. Scott delivers, and Forrest hits a ground ball to Reynolds, who throws over to first for the out. Ozzie stays at second. Here's Coleman. I forgot to read you his stats his first time up because I bunted him. 266, a homer, 32 RBI, and 81 stolen bases. 8-0 Houston here in the third. Pitch to Coleman. There's a pop-up right side. Davis has it for the out. Speaking of the Guardians, someone on Facebook, and I don't know the name, in one of the baseball groups that I follow, is so incensed about the name change. If anyone went to challenge him, he would post GIFs encouraging other baseball fans to get into a fist fight with them. Smooth. Absolutely smooth move. McGee singled his first time up, 1 for 1. Ozzie goes, base hit right field. Mumphrey will pick it up off the wall. McGee's going to have 2, you would think. Ozzie is going to score. It's 8-1. McGee going for third. The throw is not cut off. It bounces around, and it's going to be close, and Willie is safe. His 12th triple of the year. Says he's in there standing, but the throw looked closer. So here's her. Tommy walked his first time up. 8-1 the score now. So Scott gives up his first run. McGee on third. Her draws the walk. So the splitter not really splitting right now. A full count fastball low and away, and that's the third walk for Mike. And I forgot to read Scott's numbers. So his opening 12 batters on 47 pitches. 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Here's Porter. He's 0 for 1. Her can steal. Runners on the corners, and Porter strikes out. Is Scott scuffing the ball? Russian Reb, how are you? Maybe. He went to the Joe Necro School of Emery Board training. So that's the side. Cardinals get on the board. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Go to the fourth, 8-1 Houston. So Doran to face Reynolds and Walling to face Forsch, who came in the third when Kurt Kepshire just kind of, well, it just isn't Kurt's day. Doran is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and stolen a base. There's a line drive to her, 1 out. And if Scott isn't scuffing the ball, he probably should be. Here's Reynolds. Craig 2 for 2. Hit a solo shot his last time up, his 3rd of the year. Has driven in 21 and scored twice. 8-1 Astros in the 4th. Yep, that Necro episode where he flicks the emery board away is epic. Oh, absolutely. And Reynolds slaps that one, or wraps that one into right center, and Craig has himself his 9th double of the year. So a good throw from Van Slyke, but Reynolds was just a bit faster. 1 out for Walling. Denny 0 for 1. A walk and a run scored. Four steals. There's a ground ball, base hit right side. Van Slyke will pick it up. Reynolds will round third and hold. And so it's first and third, and Forsch appears to be as effective as Kepshire, as he'll face Jose Cruz, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ground ball to short, might be 2. The Wizard with a fantastic play. 6-4, no throw, but they get Walling. Reynolds will score. It's 9-1. So I can see Steeler fan dancing around from here. 2 out for Mumphrey. Jerry has walked twice, driven in a run and scored. In the center field, McGee goes back, and that will retire the side. 1 run for Houston on 2 hits and no errors. Pretty good game for them if you score 9 and leave on 2 after 3.5. 9-1 Stros. So here's a look at the standings. Everybody now has a magic number or a tragic number. Dodgers' magic number is 22 at 81-43, and they are the first team to clinch a winning record. Houston playing well. Time to call on Arbosky for entertainment purposes if he's there. Yep, I saw that Strat is going to release the 72 NFL season for cards and dice. And if you're a fan of that era of football, good for you. I'm not. Atlanta still has a chance. Tragic number is 6, but they still have a chance. In the East, St. Louis's magic number is 29. They have an 8.5 game lead over Montreal. The Mets have come back down to earth a little bit. Now, here's the funny thing. The American League West is terrible. Absolutely a terrible division. Minnesota's elimination number is 30, which is better than anyone else in the National League, except for the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Kansas City leads California by half a game. Chicago is only 3.5 out. In the East, Toronto by 2 over Boston. Their magic number is 35. The Tigers are 5.5 out. They have made some noise. The Yankees, I don't think they're going to be in it at the end. And Baltimore is 7.5. Milwaukee's elimination number is 10. Van Slyke is 0 for 1 as we start the bottom of the 4th. He struck out his first time up. Strat Hockey is going to do the 74-75 WHA season. I know that a couple of you guys out there enjoy the WHA. And officially released the Summit Series, the 87 Canadian team for the Canada Cup, and the 96 USA team for the World Cup. Pitch to Van Slyke is a fly ball to right. Mumphrey in the corner. Jerry running out of room, but he will not make the catch. That's off the top of the wall. Van Slyke has himself a double, his 18th. So only the 3rd hit for St. Louis. Here's Pendleton. He's 0 for 1. Scott deals. There's a ground ball to Doran. Billy throws it to first for the out. You'll buy 72 in 2021 next month. Oh, for you, that's a big year. That's the Steelers' first playoff year. You bought 68 last year. Someone on the strat boards, Jorgensen, by the way, 0 for 1, is doing the full AFL for 68. And that's been an entertaining read. The Chiefs are incredible. Pitch to Jorgensen. That's into left center. Bass will come in. Van Slyke should tag, although that's pretty shallow. Kevin makes the catch. The run will score, and it's 9-2. So when you're up 8, you concede the run. Brings up Ozzie Smith, who walked, stole second, and scored. And they walk him. Force staying in the ball game. You might as well. He's 0 for 1. Ozzie stays put. There's a line drive, base hit in the hole. Cruz will pick it up. Ozzie goes to third, and the Cardinals have runners on the corners, 2 out for Coleman. So Scott, opening 18, 65 pitches, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, the 2 runs are earned. He's walked 4. Struck out 2. Coleman is 0 for 2. What season are you replaying now, Matt? Pitch to Vince. And right to Scott. A little looper, and that will retire the side. No, a 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave on 2. After 4, 9-2. When Matt gets around to doing 68, he'll just likely replay the full season for the Colts and the Jets. And Todd says the 50th anniversary of the Dolphins' undefeated season. Still have the original pennant from that season bought at the Hall of Fame. Nice. Glenn Davis is 0 for 1 with an RBI as we start the 5th. Got him. First strikeout for Forsch. A 1-2 curve, check swing, strike 3, and I'll bring up Bass. Kevin's had himself a day. 1 for 2, a single, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Right back to Forsch. Bob throws to first for the out. Not playing any football. The last one he did was a 2020 Steelers. Okay? And Strat, is that your football game of choice? You notice I've called Steeler fan by his correct name the entire stream. Just want that pointed out. Mark Bailey is having himself an afternoon. 2-run homer and drove in another, so he has singled homer and has now driven in 3 and scored once. 2 out, top the 5th. Strat, nice. I own it. I don't know if I'll buy the new version at full price or not. Some of the best playoff football ever was this past year. Pitch to Bailey. There's a line drive to right. Van Slyke is there, and that will retire the side. Well, we got ourselves a tight game here this afternoon. Halfway home on a Thursday. A muggy one. 9-2 Astros. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Craig Reynolds, a solo shot in the first, put up Houston up 1-0, and then the power-hungry Astros hit a 2-run homer in the second. Mark Bailey is 10th of the year. You're paying attention, Matt. There's a lot of runs on the road. 3-0 Houston. In the third, they popped the cork on Kirk Kepshire. Jerry Mumphrey with a bases-loaded walk to score Billy Doran. Glenn Davis, a sac fly to make it 5-0. A 2-run single from Bass to make it 7-0. And then Mark Bailey singled home Bass to make it 8-0. St. Louis scratched one back in the bottom of the third. Willie McGee with a triple to score Ozzie Smith to make it 8-1. In the fourth, Jose Cruz, a fielder's choice to make it 9-1. And in the bottom of the fourth, a sac fly by Mike Jorgensen to make it 9-2. No. Todd, Dave likes second season. I like 2nd and 10. That's my football game of choice. I do like Strat. But 2nd and 10. Mike Scott, by the way, a 4-hitter through 4. Both runs are earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 2. Kepshire, a short day for him. 2 2/3, 6 hits, 8 runs all earned, and 2 homers. 2nd and 10. Yep, it does not stream very well. Walked 3 and struck out 1, and Bob Forsch in relief. 2 2/3 of 2-hit ball and 1 run. Willie McGee leads off the 5th. He's 2 for 2. A single, his 12th triple of the year, and his 69th RBI. Scott starts the 5th with a ground ball foul third base side. It is still raining here in St. Louis. It's rained throughout the entire game. Winds now blowing out to right center at 13, and the temperature has dropped to 73. A 2-2 to Willie. Base hit right field. Mumphrey will pick it up. And that is off the wall. I think Mumphrey had to play him a bit. So McGee is going to take the double. No, it's a single. And they're going to give Mumphrey an error. So the first error for the Astros. The Cardinals have one as well. Tommy Herr has walked twice. He has not taken the bat off the shoulder. Scott deals. Ground ball foul first base side over the automatic tart machine. Not Vince Coleman's best friend, and the count goes to 0-2. Scott deals. Popped up. Left side. Cruz comes in. 1 out. McGee will tag. Wow, is Cruz not paying attention? He goes into third, safe. I think Cruz kind of lollygagged that one. 1 out for Porter. Darrell 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So runner on third. The Cardinals trying just to scratch and claw their way back into this one. Pitch to Darrell, and he walked him. So first and third for Van Slyke. Andy has a double. He's 1 for 2. He has struck out and scored. Now, Matt likes 2nd and 10 football as well. Runners on the corners for Van Slyke. Fly ball, center field. Should score McGee. Bass comes in. Kevin makes the catch. McGee goes back to tag. And will score without a throw when it's 9-3. So the Cardinals chipping away here. Pendleton's up. Terry is 0 for 2. Darrell Porter has a 67% chance to steal, but I'm down 6 runs. Porter stays put. Pendleton hits a ground ball to Doran. Billy goes to second for the shore out, and that will retire the side. Cards get a run on a hit in the air. After 5, 9-3 Astros. D. Scott Howard, how are you? You do get every season with 2nd and 10. Going back to 32, I think. And the mods are all self-installs. So, although doesn't take much to mod Action PC, it's all self-installs, and it plays very well. I mean, every game has their pluses and minuses. Usage is a big thing in 2nd and 10, especially if you're playing a 70 season with passing. Oh boy. Mike Scott's 0 for 2. D. Scott Howard troubling at what I will tell him about the Dodgers. The lead is only 16.5, and the magic number is 22. I hope you can take the shot. Pitch to Scott. Fly ball, left center field. McGee moves over, and the left center 1 out. So Forsch in relief of Kepshire in his 3rd inning of work. Doran is 1 for 3. Bill has a run scored and his 19th stolen base. 9-3 Astros here in the top of the 6th. Base hit, right center field. Van Slyke will pick it up. Dorn, is he going to go for 2? No, Van Slyke has a good arm, and Bill will stay put. 9 runs, 9 hits, an error for Houston. They've left on 2. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error, and the Cardinals have left on 6. Craig Reynolds hit his third of the year, his first time up. He's 3 for 3. You know what? He needs a triple for the cycle. He has 12 on the replay. Pitch to Reynolds. That's a ground ball to Ozzie. Goes to Tommy Herr for 1. The throw to first. That's a 6-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits. They don't leave anybody on. Bottom of the 6th, 9-3 Stros. 16.5 game lead with about 35 to go. Here's Mike Jorgensen, 0 for 1 with an RBI. We showed the standings earlier, and now we're at the point of the year where it shows everyone's elimination number. The Braves still, by the way, have a chance. San Andreas has to open up and swallow the rest of the division, but the Braves still have not been eliminated. But we showed that the elimination number for the Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners is higher than everyone else in the National League, except for the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Pitch to Mike. Ground ball to Davis. Underhands it to Scott. 1 out. Ozzie Smith has walked twice. Scored once and stolen a base. Angels and Yankees tomorrow. That's the game. Ozzie down the line and right. Extra bases. Mumphrey goes to fish it out. Ozzie rounds first. He's going to gun for 3. Mumphrey throws it in. And Ozzie is safe. Reynolds cut it off. And Ozzie's into third with his third triple of the year standing. And Bob Forsch, well, he had 9 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 today. And Bob, again, stewed prunes. They play for the bunt. Forsch can hit. Proves it right there. A little number down to Walling. They're going to send Ozzie home to throw to Bailey, and he is out. So they got him for Coleman, who's 0 for 3. Scott's first 27, 102 pitches, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Coleman is 0 for 3. I don't see how you blow a 16.5 game lead. I know you haven't forgotten the lesson. You're 42-22 on the road. I mean, it's Tommy Lasorda's best job ever. What was their real record in '85? Pitch to Coleman. Ground ball to Doran. Bill throws to first, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit. We go to the 7th, 9-3 Astros. So Walling, Cruz, and Mumphrey. Forsch has thrown 3 1/3. Good job keeping the bullpen fresh. Walling 1 for 2. Denny has singled, scored, and walked. Forsch starts the 7th with a fly ball to right. Van Slyke. 1 out. In fact, Van Slyke has to make a sliding catch on the wet turf. So 95 and 67. Okay, so you have 5 weeks to go, and you need 14 wins to match your real life total. So Houston would have to win pretty much finish the season 30-10. I suppose it could be done. Cruz is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Up the middle. Her over to first. And Jose is hurt. He's grabbing his hammy. He's going to stay in the game. 2 out for Mumphrey. Jerry is 0 for 1 with an RBI. He's walked twice and scored once. Mr. Scott, that the 77 Dodgers and Todd's best of 77 to 82 replay sits at 29-15. That 77 team was pretty gosh darn good. Pitch to Mumphrey. Jerry hits a fly ball to left. Coleman moves over. Time to stretch as Coleman drops it and then gets it. 9-3. Willie McGee has had himself a day. He's now hitting .371. He has singled twice, tripled, driven in a run, and a run scored. You're worried about the Giants, huh? You're seriously worried about a team that's 58-67. 23.5 games out of first place with an elimination number of 15 and a run differential of -52. Okay, you say so. Pitch to McGee. Willie swings, ground ball to short. Reynolds over to Davis. That's going to be close, but that's an out. So 1 out for her. Tommy's walked twice. In the center, back goes Bass. How are the Rockies doing? You know, if Jamie was here, he'd tell you how the Denver Bears are doing, because that was the AAA team. In August of '85, John Elway is doing just fine, thank you, as the NFL gets ready to kick off the '85 season. Not as good as Walter Payton. Darrell Porter is 0 for 2. He's walked and struck out. Porter into right. Mumphrey going back. And that ball is gone. So it's 9-4. So these two teams have produced 3 home runs. You would have lost your parlay in Vegas with that. So the 6th for Porter makes it 9-4, and all Mumphrey could do is turn and watch it go. MLB hinted at the All-Star Game and expansion is likely to 32 teams. Aren't the A's a step closer to staying in Oakland? Here's Van Slyke. Andy has an RBI. His 44th, a double, 1 for 2, a run scored, and a strikeout. My guess would be, I think you got to go one on both coasts, so I think Charlotte goes in front of Montreal. Vegas or Portland? So that'd be my guess. It'd be Charlotte and Vegas. What say you guys? Pitch to Van Slyke. Andy hits a ground ball through the hole on the right side. 2 out. 8th hit for the Cardinals. Here's Pendleton, who's 0 for 3. Hit and run is on as soon as Bailey and Scott have their word. Mike throws. Pendleton fouls it back. Andy has 28 steals on the year. Pitch. Runner goes, and they're not going to throw. So Van Slyke, technically that's a steal, but that's really defensive indifference. So 29 for Andy. Scott tiring here with 2 out in the 7th and the 2-2 count. Up the middle, Reynolds on the dirt, throws to first for the out. So the Cardinals do not score. 1 run, 2 hit, or they do score, because I'm really paying attention. 1 run on the homer by Porter, 2 hits and no errors. Jose Cruz feels better, 9-4, Houston. So Forsch, due up 3rd in the 8th, will probably pitch the inning. We're going to try to milk him. Be Davis, Bass, and Bailey. Glenn is 0 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout. Scotty says Vegas. Portland doesn't have anywhere to play. Vancouver would be interesting. They built the BC Dome for baseball. Had the same type of roof as the Metrodome, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I thought the A's were going to move to Vegas. And that would give... You got to think the NBA is probably going to go to Vegas. What they draw. I mean, there's one thing for the Knights to draw. And the Raiders have a built-in audience wherever you go. But I'm not sure that how well a baseball team would draw. Pitch to Glenn. Struck him out. Forsch got him with an 0-2 fastball in the inside corner. Kevin Bass 1 for 3. He has driven in 2, singled, and scored twice. Stole a base, too. Ground ball to short. Ozzie across the way. When Toronto plays in Seattle, half the crowd is down from BC. I've heard since the Mariners are playing well that their first series after the All-Star break is sold out. Blue Jays are quite the draw. I would think, just for Canadian political reasons, Mark Bailey, by the way, 2 for 3, singled, homered, and has driven in 3, that if Vancouver got a club before Montreal. Oh boy. Pitch to Mark. Line drive to first. Jorgensen's there. And that'll do it. So that's the night for Scott. Fairweather fans. Bill Dolly's referring to Seattle, not Montreal. Bill Dolly coming in for the Astros. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 9-4. Oops. Well, my keyboard's stuck. Reynolds for 1. Ozzie is safe. Jorgensen, who's singled, is retired. And so with 1 out, I can finally tell you about Bill Dolly. His 40th game of the year. He's 2-2 with an earned run average of .407. 27 years old, fastball pitcher at 91, and a standard pitcher. Dolly looks about 10 years younger than that. He has faced the Cardinals now 4 times, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 3, but has a win against him. And an earned run average of 3. Hasn't pitched in a couple days. Last pitch in a 4-2 loss to the Cubs up in Chicago. Faced a batter, struck him out on 7 pitches. 48 1/3, 57 hits, 24 runs, 22 earned, 6 homers, walked 31 and struck out 31. So 1 out, Ozzie on first, and will pinch hit for Forsch, who can hit a righty. Come on. Keyboard is stuck. Come on. Ah. And now I can't change that. Line drive to Davis, and Smith is back. Stop it! Well, can we go now? Somehow my computer is stuck. So I don't know if I just left it, if the shift key is stuck. Let's see. Nope. I have to use an external keyboard on top of my laptop keyboard, and sometimes it gets jostled around. So Jim Pankovich is going to pinch hit for Bill Dolly. I'm fine with that. Bob Force was as surprised as anybody that he got to hit. Pankovich is a pinch hitter, 255, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. 237, 3 homers, and 13 RBI overall. Dave's headed for the hot tub stream as Dave continues his in-depth look at how Lycra can stretch. Scotty says last month the Braves, the Mariners and the Sounders played across the street each other on a weeknight. The M's drew 15,000, the Sounders 31,000. Pitch to Pankovich. Here's a ground ball to Ozzie over to first, and Pankovich is going to beat that out. No. Smith with a great play in the hole for the first out. Here's Billy Doran. Bill is 2 for 4. A single twice, stolen a base, and scored. Right back to Force, who goes towards the third base side, over to Jorgensen. And although the computer kind of messed me up there, Force is going to save that pen. He has gone 6 innings of relief and only given up 1 run. Here's Reynolds, 3 for 4. A double, a homer. Remember, triple gets him the cycle. He scored 3 times. He will get the cycle, line drive to short. Ozzie's there. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 9th, 9-4 Houston. So Jeff Calhoun making his 37th appearance. 3-3 with 3 saves. The Force was within the day, Todd. Goodness gracious. A 4.45 ERA for Jeff, 27 years old. Calhoun is a ground ball plus pitcher. Fastball at 92. Against St. Louis, 3rd appearance, just 1 inning, however, and 1 hit. Last pitched on the 27th. Got the save against the Cubbies up at Wrigley. 2/3 of an inning, 6 pitches, and 1 hit. So 30 in a third innings for Jeff. 33 hits, 20 runs, 15 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 15 and struck out 13. Any relation to Haystacks? Okay, that one I don't get. Here's McGee. Willie has singled twice and tripled. He's 3 for 4. Cards need 5 to tie and 6 to win. And McGee starts the 9th with a walk. So here's Herr. Oh, the wrestler. Okay. Tommy Herr is 0 for 2. He has walked twice. Force did really well out of the pen. And if it wasn't for the fact that Houston is pounding them, he would get the Digital Dice MVP. But right now, that's looking like it's Mark Bailey. 7-game hitting streak for her. Doran, this might be 2. Nope, only throw is to first, and Tommy's retired. We're all old. But as I was told the other day, Twitch is only for kids. So, we are kids at heart. Here's Darryl Porter, 1 out. 1 for 3, a solo homer. 3 home runs in this game. Houston and St. Louis combined for 3 homers in a game in the 80s. No, well, it is tricks, but I was told that only kids use Twitch. Scott saw Haystacks Calhoun back in the 60s. That's because you're old. Pitch to McGee or Porter, gets away from Bailey, and McGee goes to third on the wild pitch. So a 2-1 count, 1 out for Porter. I'm not even looking. If only kids use Twitch, do only embryos use TikTok? Yes. Once again, who can hit a lefty? Cesar Cedeno. Wow! Over from the Reds. His first at-bat as a member of the Cardinals. 434 down the stretch. He must have played first. 6 homers and 19 RBI. So the 2-1, 1 out. Cedeno comes through. His first at-bat as a Cardinal is an RBI pinch hit single. And he can run. And they'll pinch hit for Van Slyke. So it's 9-5, Dolly, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Tito Landrum will pinch hit. Tito at 357 with 2 RBI as a pinch hitter. 309, 4 homers, and 23 RBI. Calhoun goes to the plate. Landrum lines this one into right field. That's extra bases. Cedeno drank a Red Bull. He's got wings. Mumphrey has to chase that down on the wet turf. Cedeno has gonna score. Landrum is into third with a pinch hit triple. And it's now 9-6. Great Caesar's ghost indeed. So here's Terry Pendleton. Jeff Calhoun has found the cat's hairball. He's choking it up. Light turnout for the businessman specials. Technically, it's a night game, Mike. Mike, judging by the shadows in center field, that's a morning shot. A rare morning shot of any baseball stadium. And I want to say post 86, just because I can see that Padre logo is not the Padre. And the Pirate logo is the more cereal box looking Pirate. Runners on third. Pendleton to Reynolds. Landrum's going to score the throw to first, and it's 9-7. So Calhoun somehow will get a hold. Dave Smith to face a pinch hitter here. Jorgensen was 1 for 3 with an RBI. So 2 out. 9-7. The Cardinals have fought all the way back. Ivan De Jesus as a pinch hitter. No, I would think that this shot from Bush is from, like I said, 86 or 7. De Jesus is a pinch hitter, 192 with 2 RBI, 224 with 4 RBI. St. Louis needs 2, and if he should reach, Ozzie Smith will come up as a tying run. Dave Smith deals. There's a ground ball to third. We didn't give you Smith's numbers, but he's about to get a really, really cheap save. 1 man, 1 out, ball game over. But the Astros, man, they almost gave this one away like a quad candlestick. They win it 9-7. So Mike Scott goes to 14-10. 9 runs, 9 hits, an error for the Astros. They left on As I scroll down here. 2. That's efficient. Great Scott indeed. 7 runs, 11 hits, and error for the Cardinals. And they left on 9. Mark Bailey's going to be our Digital Dice MVP, 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. So Scott 14 and 10, 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 5. The Emery board was not to his satisfaction. Gave up a homer. Dolly was a +2. Calhoun a +1. Really? Oh, wow. And Dave Smith with a 1.69 ERA locks down his 28th save with the bases empty and 2 out. Kirk Kepshire, not his day. Bob Forsch, honorable mention, 6 1/3 inning. 3 hits. A run it was earned, but that's it, and struck out 2. Kepshire had plus stuff. Yeah, Scott, people think of 86, and of course, when you throw a no-hitter to clinch the division, that's pretty good. But his numbers in 89 weren't too shabby either. So, the Expos cut down to 8.5, or 8 rather, and the Dodgers' lead is now still 16. The rest of this Friday in baseball for you. You notice there's been an error in the 85 schedule the entire way. The Cubs have every game scheduled as a day game, whether they're at Wrigley or not. Anyway, in the Chip and Harry Bowl, Skip says, Cubs 3, Braves 2. Meredith goes to 3-0. Rick Camp falls to 6-5. Warren Brewster, his first save. Baltimore beats Seattle 5-2. Storm Davis goes to 12-6. Mark Langston falls to 4-6. Lee Lacy 1 for 4, his 12th of the year in a stolen base. Reds beat the Pirates 5-3. Jay Tibbs 9-12. Rick Russell 10-7. And Ted Power had the power. I got the power! Makes his 20th save. Tigers beat the A's 6-5. No problem. Matt Scherer goes to 4-3. Jay Howell 5-8. Dusty Baker 2 for 3, his 12th of the year, and drives in 3. Jays beat the White Sox 5-1. Jimmy Key goes to 9-10. Floyd Bannister 5-11. Acker, his 10th save. Yankees behind Marty Bystrom beat John Candelaria and the Angels 3-0. Ricky Henderson 3 for 4, 2 RBI and a double. The Candyman falls to 5-1. Kansas City 16 runs on 16 hits. They beat the Rangers 16-5. Bud Black 13-10. Charlie Huff 16-11. Willie Wilson 4 for 6, a triple and 2 doubles. Milwaukee beats the Indians 7-2. Moose Haas 11-6. That's right. Once in a while, I'll just channel my inner MTV because I get my money for nothing and my chicks for free. Tom Waddle goes to 4-3. Andre Thornton 2 for 4 in the losses, 19th of the year. The Twinkies beat the Red Sox 7-1. John Butcher 7-13. Bobby Ojeda 8-7. Mike Easler 2 for 3, his 16th of the year. The Dodgers 16.5 up on Houston. Still, they beat the Phillies 5-3. Bob Welch in his ebony eyes beats Don Carmen in his hungry eyes 5-3. Welch 7-3. Carmen falls to 6-2. Pedro Guerrero 2 for 3, his 24th of the year and 2 RBI. San Francisco beats the Mets. Yeah, there's some schedules that need to be worked on midlife crisis. Mike Krukow 13-9. Oh, Ron Darling 10-11, and Mr. Davis gets his 7th save of the year. Ron will be featured on a Where Are They Now in a future episode. That's after Gardner fires me as the co-host, right? So California and the Yankees are tomorrow's offering for you. Then Tuesday's doubleheader day. Come on. Tuesday's doubleheader day for Labor Day. It'll be the Angels and the Tigers in Game 1. And then the Expos and the Dodgers in Game 2. So that's Tuesday, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, Mr. Howard. The Dodgers are the second game of that. So the Angels, Tigers, Expos, and Dodgers for that. And then the other games for that week. Oh, I haven't picked one here. Wow. There's some stinky ones. Kansas City, Chicago. I thought I picked all these games. Dodgers, Mets coming up. And I pick a Friday game. Oakland Yankees. So there you go. Yeah, you'll see me Saturday night. And so we'll be with you tomorrow for the last game of August. It'll be, well, never mind. It's going to be the Angels and the Yankees from the stadium. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time.